Welcome to the channel and video I've been trying to get to for a little while. We purchased this additional car and the weather just hasn't been too fine to get around to doing a video for it. So a couple of our subscribers got themselves t-shirts because they knew what this was. This is the 62 Fairlane 500. It's behind me here. And my dad's trying to figure out what's going on with all the Fords in our lives, but I tell you, when you look at the back of this car, that is a pretty sweet looking car. Especially there's the tail lights on this car like second to none. So anyways, I'll give you a bit of an overview of the car. I'll flip her around. She most certainly isn't the prettiest thing to look at right away. There's been some sketchy body work done here and there. But when we went to look at it, the deal was reasonable on the car, and then the deal got sweeter and sweeter as we talked to the guy, and literally he gave us a deal on the car, including this beautiful trailer that it's sitting on. It is a hell of a beans to look at, but boy oh boy, I was surprised it actually pulled really well. We got it here with no trouble at all. The hood's a little tight to get up, but somebody had obviously started cleaning up underneath here in the engine bay, because it's amazing the amount of metal that's still all intact on this car. It doesn't have bumpers, which is a bit of a bummer, but we did a bit of an inventory when we got back here, and it actually turned out that all the trim on this car is in the car. The only things that were missing were the headlight bezels and the bumpers. There is no powertrain. Of course, there's some external body work that needs to be dealt with that wasn't so pretty. That is the one emblem that we don't have at the moment. We may keep our eyes open. I see there's a few of them on eBay. But otherwise, like, all the trim and all the stainless on this car is actually quite nice. We had to steal a couple of wheels off of the Monterey because we didn't have any other Ford wheels, and this thing had Chevy rims on it, which just didn't work. Pop a door opens and see inside. The doors actually were pretty good shape, actually. All the metal and everything, all the seam is all intact underneath this door, and the floor pans and that are, I should say, in very good condition. We have a back seat framework here still come with it, and yeah, like you see, all the floor pans and everything are just amazing in there. And of course there's all the other trim. I'll pop the other door too so you can have a peek. Dash is all intact. You know, steering wheel's a little rough, of course, and it looks like this might have had the factory aftermarket or air, or maybe factory air. Gotta have a closer look at some of the stuff on it. Unfortunately, one little hole in the headliner, because it's actually in really good shape otherwise. You know what happens when you go to look at cars, you can't help but to cash in on a good deal, and this turned out to be a pretty good deal. It's a pretty cool car. Same with the driver's door here. Definitely a hinge problem, but otherwise it's actually in really good shape. Like, the pinch weld on the bottom is totally intact, and yeah, there's a lot to work with here. There's the whole floor and everything. It's a little hard to see under the stuff, but the whole floor is actually quite good in this car. You can see into the back there too. And then we found the missing trim pieces. They're not the prettiest in the world, but these headlight bezels were on eBay, and we grabbed them up, and it actually completes the entire trim package for the car. And a look on the driver's side and that. I guess I didn't really show you the hood. I'll do that real quick. The hood needs a little bit of love around the front lip of it, between some dents and one little section missing there. We haven't decided what our plans are with it. I will suggest that it's going to be waiting a little bit, because we've got a lot of time to put into the Monterey, but we're also talking about keeping this one on the cheap, and I know the purists won't be too happy with what I'm about to say, but actually we have a 350, a decent 350 with about 370 horse in it, and a 200 R4 transmission that goes behind it. We also have a 455 Pontiac motor that we've discussed possibly putting in it, which would be really weird. And we also have, if you've seen the video on our channel that says Badass Camaro, we have that motor, but that would change the course of it because it's definitely a drag motor. It's about 740 horse before it gets sprayed, which is another 250 shot of nitrous. There's the front grille. And then nicely in here, I mean, even the fender badges are in here for both sides, as well as this actually has the top of the fender markers. I mean, they're not in the prettiest shape, but we're not certain yet what the total plan is for this. Both headlight pots are in here. So we got a lot of pieces to put the car back together for sure. The door handles. Again, I'm not really sure what our total plan is right at the moment. It's definitely an extra project, and the Monterey is taking so much time with how far we're going with it. The Monterey is eating a ton of money. So we want to maybe do this on the cheap. I do have another set of seats up in the loft, but they're from the they're from a '74 Buick Century. So although they are white, and I'm kind of thinking that black exterior with black and white interior is the route we're going to go with this. But we're looking forward to actually working on this car. This is a great looking little car, and I guess I'll say to my dad, I might have missed the boat when it came to Fords, because I'm actually kind of taking a liking to them. So thanks for watching, and we'll be back soon with more Monterey videos. And we got another car we haven't introduced yet that we're going to get a little silly about, but we're going to have some fun with it. So have a great day, and talk to you soon.